So let's go through a checklist. Is it a random weekday? Well, yep, it is Thursday, October 2nd. Is there a fountain behind me? There is. Is the weather windy and overcast? Again, yeah. Must be time for another Gone to Explore video, but this one's in Edinburgh. So all roads that lead up to the castle seem to be closed, so we'll find another way. I wonder where J.K. Rowling got her idea for a castle on top of a cliff. Hold that thought, because we might see some more inspiration in a bit. So I found a path up to the castle. It's past the National Gallery, I think it is behind me. But I think I'm going to carry on straight ahead to go past the Scots Monument, which is just awesome. The scale of it is much more than I ever imagined. So we'll take a walk past there, and then we might go to Calton Hill and get a good view of the castle from that direction. And then we'll head back to the castle. We've got most of the day. So it is the National Galleries of Scotland, which I think is what I said. If I didn't, I'll put a correction in now. And we'll just head through this park in the pouring rain towards the Scots Memorial, I think it is, Scots Monument. We'll see when we get there. My Scots history is not very good, so I'm hoping to pick up a bit whilst we're here. So the rain is so bad my microphone's actually stopped working, so we'll see if we can get that going again. It's the Scott Monument, not the Scots Monument. It's to commemorate the Scottish writer, and it is enormous. I don't think my camera is doing any justice to just how big it is. If anyone's missing the tour bus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this is our next destination. I'm not going to let a little bit of falling water affect me. We're going to make our way up that hill. So top of Calton Hill. Hopefully you can hear me over the wind. So we made it to Edinburgh Castle. Probably won't be going in because it just costs too much. It's £20 plus, I think, £24 to turn up on the door. It's worth it if you've got the time. I don't really have the time. I don't know enough about it either to do it justice. So if you're in the area, obviously do you. But me, quick flip, I'm going to be walking down the Royal Mile, and we're going to go see our second, if we count the castle, potential Harry Potter reference. So as you come down the Royal Mile, past the church, you come down a little alleyway here. So obviously one of the things that was famous about Chester was it had shops on 2 levels. Well, Edinburgh takes that to another level. We'll go down there, but it said that the street below is the inspiration for Diagon Alley, which it might have been subliminally. There's lots of streets around the country, especially the UK, London, Edinburgh, that claim to be the inspiration for Diagon Alley, but let's go have a closer look. I don't see it looking up the hill. Let's take a wander down the hill. Whether or not it is the inspiration, I don't know. I struggle to see how it couldn't be, especially with the book descriptions. But either way, the lead around the corner is a more direct relationship. So just going to have a look at that if we can find it. So I don't think I will film too much here, but it is an absolutely beautiful church and graveyard, especially given how many of the mausoleums are outside. So if you're in the area, come and have a look. I'm just going to spend the next 20 minutes or so wandering around and enjoying myself. It's Sounds macabre. But some of these are incredibly interesting. This one. So, I don't know if you can see, but there is a head underneath this one. Okay, so I know I said I was done, but the thing I've noticed is the skull and crossbones on an awful lot of the gravestones, headstones, mausoleums. Apparently, it acts as a reminder from the dead to the living that life is short and you should live it. Apparently that's a Scottish tradition, according to the Google. You just know when you're back on the Royal Mile. But this time, instead of heading up towards the castle, I'm heading down away from the castle. I'll try to get a better view, but behind the trees there is Holyrood Abbey and the Palace of Holyrood, I believe. And over here we have Scottish Parliament, which is colloquially known as Holyrood. And then we have Arthur's Seat. I don't think I'm going to be able to get up there because of the weather and my shoes. I'm also gambling on the rain having stopped, so I'm back in my jumper because my new waterproof coat I bought from Primark is missing one key aspect of its title. It's not very waterproof. So that's Holyrood Abbey. I don't think we can see the Scottish Parliament now though, because that's hidden behind the same trees that were hiding us earlier. We're not walking on that grass, luckily. We're walking on this pathway here. Now you might not be able to see it very well, but on the top of that little craggly hill in front of us there is St Anthony's Chapel ruins, which is actually something we might go up and have a look at. Doesn't look like it's too difficult, and my feet are already sodden, so I can risk a little bit of slippery, just not all the way. I would probably slip and fall to my death if I tried to go, especially because I don't think it's paved the whole way. I don't know how well my phone will pick them up, but there's a significant number of people at the top of the hill there. Look. They tried its best to kill me, but the path didn't win. It was more bad footwear than it was anything else, but this is St Anthony's Chapel, probably originally built in the 1100s, rebuilt in the 1300s. There are papal records to show that money was requested in the 1400s to repair it, and then it fell into use in the 1560s due to the Reformation. But this is all that remains, and I'm not going to lie, it is pretty magnificent. It looks a bit like a castle remains. And from here you get some phenomenal views of Edinburgh. It's where we started our day, up on the top of that hill. Probably further away from that now than we were the castle when we were there. And then if I go to the left instead of the right, that is Arthur's Seat. There are people on it, but not me. It's too far. As they say, it's not bad weather, it's bad footwear. We'll head back that way. I have a funny feeling it took me a lot less time to walk the Royal Mile than I thought it should. So I'm wondering whether the Royal Mile is a mile, or if it's like an American gallon, something slightly smaller but sounds just as impressive. And then when we get up to the castle, I'll let you know if the Royal Mile actually is a mile. So this shows what we've done just now really well. We walked down here, this is the Royal Mile, to the Holyrood, or Holyrood, I don't know which. We then walked across here, Scottish Parliament, up the road. We went past St Margaret's Well, which we didn't see because it's actually further down the path when we were on the upper path, and we've walked now up to St Anthony's Chapel. I didn't see St Anthony's Well. We'll have a look at that on the way past. We'll see if we can walk past St Margaret's Well, and then we're going to measure whether that Royal Mile is a mile. The weather looks like it's turning, but I'm going to just wait it out. I don't want to put my wet waterproof coat back on. One thing I don't think comes across very well on the video is just the scale of everything. So just looking behind me now, the mountains look pretty small, but they are enormous. The castle is really quite big. The Athens of Scotland, as they call it, again, was gigantic. The scale just doesn't come through on the video, which is a shame. You really do have to come here and experience it for yourself. But anyway, back to the plan. And this, apparently, is St Margaret's Well. I don't know if you can see in there. Okay, so the Royal Mile runs from roughly here in Holyrood all the way up the Royal Mile to Edinburgh Castle. And I have set my watch. It's reading 0.01, which is about as close as we can get. And as you can see, we're on the Royal Mile. When we get back, I will let you know. .02 miles, and there's the castle. So does the Royal Mile count as being a mile long? Yeah, I'd say it does. Edinburgh and the surrounding areas and Scotland as a whole is known for its textile industry, and literally 5 minutes off Princes Street is Dean Village, where the old milling companies used to be based. I believe textile mills. And there's a river that runs through the village, which is what they use to power the textile, flour and paper mills that were here. And some of the old buildings are now flats. But much like pretty much everywhere I've been today, the way there is downhill. The way back certainly is not. I can't really complain about hills though when the view at the top of them is as spectacular as this. Let's end the video where we started the video. Slightly overcast, losing the light. We've walked 12 miles today, so my feet are definitely feeling it, but we're back in front of the fountain with Edinburgh Castle behind us, and I've had the best day. I need to come back. There's too much to see in one day. I'm going to have to come back and spend a couple of days next time. I'm going to catch my tram, and then got a late flight back, but hopefully isn't as delayed as they said, because the weather's coming, and if my flight gets delayed too much, we're going to be flying through it, and I'm not looking forward to that. But anyway, if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. There'll be more eventually. I upload whenever I can. Be sure to check out other videos I've done in Bath, Chester, Geneva. But even if you don't do that, just go find somewhere yourself and explore. Because you never know where 35 quid can take you.